boys and girls. For today's lesson, we are going to be talking about the story of Cinderella and the story of the girl with the red slippers, and talking about some of the words in those stories and analyzing the text a little bit more. If you have not watched those videos, stop and go back and watch this at another time after you've seen those. I wrote some words on this whiteboard. Somebody wanted, but, so, then. What does that mean? Well, this is going to help us retell the story and think about the important parts. Somebody. Who is the somebody in the story of Cinderella? Cinderella. There, I wrote Cinderella. The next black word says wanted. What did Cinderella want? What did she want to do? She wanted to go to the ball. Wanted to go to the ball. But you could say that she didn't have a dress. You could say that she wasn't allowed to go. You could say that she couldn't go. She wanted to go, but she couldn't for whatever reason. But she was not allowed to go. That's what I wrote. So, she wasn't allowed to go. So, what happened next? I wrote a lot for this part. I wrote, so her fairy godmother helped her go anyway. She went and lost her shoe. Then, this is where we finish the story. Now for this part, you could say so many words. Then she went home and was very sad. And the prince told all of his men, you need to find this girl who wears this shoe. But that would be a lot of words. So I'm just going to condense it as much as I can and try to write not as many words for this. I think I did it. I wrote, then the prince used the shoe to find her. Then they married. So there it is. This is the summary of the story of Cinderella. Good. Now I wanted to talk about a word in the story of Cinderella. This word is worthy. In the story, the fairy godmother says, then it shall be so, Cinderella, you are a kind girl worthy of going to the ball. Do you remember when she said that? She said it when she showed up, right? Cinderella was very sad. She couldn't go to the ball. Then the fairy godmother appeared and said, no, you are very worthy of going to the ball. So what does that word worthy mean? The word worthy means that a person or an object is deserving of someone or something. Have you ever won an award before? If you've gotten an award before, that's because you were worthy. You did something that deserved that award. If you are running a race and you get in first place and you get a ribbon for that, then you deserve that award. You are worthy of that award because you were the fastest runner. Now, if you were in class together, what kinds of things do you think would show me as a teacher that you are worthy of playing in black area? Maybe you are listening. Maybe you are not throwing blocks. Maybe you are being respectful with the toys. What would show me that you are worthy of being the line leader? When it's time to line up to go somewhere, there's someone that's first. So what would show me that you are worthy? Maybe being respectful in line, not getting too close to someone else, not running to get in line when it's time, getting there safely, being responsible. That would show me that you are worthy of that responsibility. The fairy godmother said that Cinderella was a kind girl and worthy of going to the ball. I think I agree with that. Now I'm going to think about the story of the girl with the red slippers and this word. It's very long. I almost ran out of room writing it. This word is cautiously. Cautiously. That word was used in the story. It says, whenever she could, Rhodopis would cautiously sneak off into the garden, put on her red slippers, and dance. Cautiously. Cautiously means doing something carefully, gently, with care, because it could be dangerous. When you are going for a walk, you might stop at the end of the sidewalk and look both ways cautiously before you cross the street. Can you remember a time when you did something cautiously? I can think of one. When my baby was born and she was very, very tiny, I would always very cautiously pick her up and walk to where I needed to go. I had to move slowly and carefully because she was very fragile. For this next part, I'm going to be saying 5 sentences, and I want you to think about these 5 sentences, and if you need to be doing those things, cautiously. Sentence 1, pouring milk from a full carton into a glass. Do you need to be doing that cautiously? I hope so, because if you don't, milk will get all over the place. Sentence 2, tying your shoe. Do you need to be doing that cautiously? I don't know if you need to be doing it super carefully. You might want to do it slowly so you don't tie it into a giant knot, but I think we're all right if you don't do it cautiously. Sentence 3, crossing the street. Oh, we did just talk about that. Yes, please do that cautiously. The street can be a dangerous place. 4, walking by a pool. Do you need to be doing that cautiously? Probably. It would be a very dangerous thing if you slipped and fell in. 5, reading your book. Do you need to be doing that cautiously? Probably not. Why would Rhodopis need to walk cautiously through the garden to try on her slippers to dance at night? Why did she have to do that? Do you remember the other servants, how they got jealous of her and how they treated her even more poorly once they found out that she had gotten those slippers? Maybe she had to do that cautiously while everybody was sleeping so they wouldn't see her and get even more mad at her because she had something so fancy. All right, boys and girls, thank you for learning with me about all of these words and thinking of these stories again. I'm going to wave goodbye to you cautiously and see you next time for another story. Goodbye.